What's up, gamers and geeks? Matt here with That's Fair Podcasting and Gaming Geeks Live. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about Elder Scrolls 6 news and rumors. Now, this was initially a teaser trailer released clear back into 2018, and it had so many of us fans so excited, and it just blew the media up as far as the gaming world. But it does beg a question that after Starfield, where does this anticipation for ES6 leave you? Stay tuned. I think Elder Scrolls 6 is kind of up there with the majority of us fans as GTA 6 is, as far as level of wicked ass excitement on a video game that we are seriously anticipating. But I think we're all having red flags here, little cautionary flags being thrown up, because after Starfield, after that whole debacle, does it have you worried? Does it have you skeptical on what you're going to see? Are you worried the fact that Todd Howard did originally say that they're going to use the same engine that they did in Starfield, which doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be another Starfield, but it doesn't really give a lot of hope. But anyway, if you are new here, as always, I am Matt, and please feel free to subscribe to That's Fair Podcasting or Gaming Geeks Live, whatever you watch this one on, what channel. Maybe like the video, always help us out in that algorithm. And if you don't do any of those and you just sit here and watch the video, thank you. That's what means the most, and I appreciate it. So anyway, it does beg the question, where do you stand when it comes to Elder Scrolls 6? And, you know, I think it was in late 2024, I think, or maybe it was this year. I don't remember when they did the Oblivion remaster. And the question there is, did that help with Elder Scrolls 6? And I think so. Even if it wasn't necessarily Bethesda behind the remaster, it was a very fun, very highly playable game. I actually really enjoyed playing. I still haven't played it all the way through yet, because as you know, as a life of a gamer, we have different games going on at once, and trust me, it never ends. But I gotta say, I think that the Elder Scrolls Oblivion remaster did do a lot as far as helping the anticipation and the build-up for Elder Scrolls 6. Now, let's talk about a projected release date as far as the rumor mills are concerned. Originally, it was slated in 2026 as far as the rumors and whatnot, but it's looking to be more farther out to 2027 as far as a final release with Bethesda's Elder Scrolls 6. I think we can all realize that we may never see that game, but on a serious note, if we do see it, I mean, hell, I'm a geriatric. I can't imagine how much worse it's going to be when that game finally comes out. But yeah, who knows? Is Elder Scrolls 6 going to be Xbox exclusive? Jeez. I mean, there's some serious issues with this whole question now, because as you know, Bethesda originally bought out by Microsoft. But is it going to be an Xbox exclusive? And Todd Howard said a game of this magnitude will not be, it should be on multiple platforms, which it looks like it's going to be. And given the state of Xbox here lately, with them maybe never releasing another console, possibly, with them going strictly digital, and honestly raising Game Pass prices to the astronomical amount that they think that it's worth, I don't see how they could win, Bethesda anyway, making this an Xbox exclusive, because right now I think that's a fail if they keep it as an exclusive. Let's talk about Elder Scrolls 6 possible setting. And everything was kind of revolving around Hammerfell. Even in the, there was I think it was on Twitter, there was like a little trailer or something, a little hint by Bethesda, and they were able to, by the shape of the candles and stuff and the map, they were kind of picking up it being Hammerfell. But I think that if it is in Hammerfell, that'll be a nice new change of pace again. You know, I'm kind of looking forward to the more of a little origin of the Red Guard. I'd like to see their culture, their way of life, and things like that. And I think Hammerfell would be a great place to start if it is indeed in Elder Scrolls 6, which is the fan theory favorite at the moment. Again, Todd Howard is quoted as saying that the same engine used in Starfield will be used in Elder Scrolls 6. And okay, engine-wise, did I have a problem with it? I mean, maybe the frame rate wasn't where it needed to be, but if it's just strictly engine, I think we're going to be okay. Geez, I mean, Jesus, I don't want the same writers from Starfield even coming even remotely close to Elder Scrolls 6. Unfortunately, some of the writers that are in Elder Scrolls 6, some may have even worked on Dragon Age the Veilguard, so that's an oh shit situation if there ever was one when it comes to a pending game that we are all waiting for. Elder Scrolls 6, man, with the writers that those progressive people have been working, no thanks. I mean, if they plan on bringing any of that shit in here, that's going to be a massive fail. You thought Starfield was bad. This could get even worse. Let's hope that they don't have the same level of NPCs in Elder Scrolls 6 that they did in Starfield. These empty vessels of people just walking around with everything was so linear. And I sincerely hope that it's nothing like Starfield as far as our immersion, our talking to NPCs and all that, because if it is, we are fucked. A primary emphasis that Bethesda has expressed is they want Elder Scrolls 6 to be very replayable. They want a replayability that's going to be along the lines of a Skyrim. I mean, does that mean they're going to re-release it 500 times? Maybe it is. I don't know. But they have emphasized wholeheartedly that they want the replayability to be the key factor as far as when you are done playing Elder Scrolls 6. And I think that's a big thing. I think that's a major plus on the side of hoping that this game is really going to be the success that we hope it is. It needs to be like Skyrim, I guess. They also have talked about and emphasized that they want this game to be here for the long haul like a Skyrim. Todd Howard is quoted as saying that he hopes Elder Scrolls 6 can deliver like Skyrim. He wants it to be made for a longevity, as far as in the gaming community. And let's hope they can, because if it's anything like Skyrim, I think we're in for a hell of a treat. I mean, but again, the red flags are coming up with Starfield and the engine and some of these devs that have worked on these progressive games and have just beaten, like they killed a series in Dragon Age Veilguard. Dragon Age the Veilguard, even with these investment companies out of Saudi Arabia and Silver Lake and even Kushner, I don't think that they're going to even want to see a revival of the Dragon Age after what the Veilguard did, and who can blame them, to be honest. Some of the other news and rumors are going to be brand new gameplay mechanics. Who knows what that can mean? I mean, obviously we're going to have an Unreal Engine 5 or Unreal Engine 5.5, whichever one they use, probably 5, just 5. But, they're expecting new gameplay mechanics, which means there could be an overhaul or upgrade with combat mechanics. Who knows? I mean, a lot of it did leave you a lot to be desired when it came to Skyrim. I mean, you have mods that can clean it up and whatnot. And obviously, as well as I do, the Creation Club and mods basically finish Bethesda games. But they, are going to be emphasizing an upgrade on mechanics. We know that as far as combat mechanics and whatnot. And also, choices to be more impactful. Some places that I've read. You had one person who has interviewed Bethesda devs, and they plan on an upgrade of mechanics, and they also, want more impactful choices. Every choice you make is going to have a deeper impact on the story, allegedly. So here's to hoping that actually happens. One ex-dev of Bethesda said that they have made a lot of changes to this, and he's interested to see where it goes, because he's not quite sure how he feels with the changes that they're making for Elder Scrolls 6 versus Skyrim. So we'll be looking out to see what kind of changes are made there. Bethesda has also confirmed that they confirmed this 4 years after the trailer for Elder Scrolls, which dropped the teaser in 2018, that it's the exact same type of picture that you see in the trailer that they're going to use for their format in the game. You can read that. That's another thing that one of those gamer, but not like, it might be IGN. I don't know who can trust them. I know it's not Kotaku. Fuck them. But I do know that they say that Bethesda, 4 years after the release of that teaser trailer, say the picture that you see in that is going to be basically the format used in Elder Scrolls 6. So who knows? I mean, there is a lot of responsibilities with the lore being given to the developing team that work on Elder Scrolls Online. What I mean is, the team, a lot of the devs that are working on Elder Scrolls Online, they're using a lot of the lore to bring into Skyrim. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm very mixed on Elder Scrolls Online. I've had fun with it, but at the same time, it's very repetitive. But there's a lot of importance, they said, by joining with that studio, that they're going to bring a lot of responsibility with the team that is working on Elder Scrolls Online. And hopefully, maybe it's a good team up. Who knows? It is also stated that the early builds of the game are very playable at Bethesda, and many of the devs at Bethesda are saying that this game is giving them a lot of excitement and joy from what they're able to play so far. That's a good sign. I mean, I can't be mad. But developers with a lot of keys to this game are making it playable to themselves to test it, and they're very happy. They're very enthusiastic, and they're filled with, they say, a lot of joy given what they're able to come up with. And it is also believed that the final reveal for Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be a lot like it was in Fallout 4's reveal. 6 months before it actually comes out at one of the showcases is when we're going to get the reveal. They plan on making it 6 months before the actual release. So much like Fallout 4 did, that's what we can expect. And according to another former Bethesda developer, the magic system that was used in Skyrim is going to be implemented in Elder Scrolls 6 as well. The way you cast your spells as a wizard, the way that you use your magic, they're going to keep that magic spell casting engine roughly in the same context that we saw it in Skyrim is going to be used in Elder Scrolls 6. I guess to let you know what I'm hoping and not hoping for. My not hopes are obviously no Starfield copycat. We don't need another big open world game with empty vessels as NPCs. We don't want an ocean-sized game in ankle-high water. And hopefully that they can deliver on this one and do it in a different way that they did Starfield. Maybe learn upon it with Starfield. That's my only don't want. A lot of my do wants are basically, I wouldn't mind more mechanic building as far as, how Hearthfire gave us in Skyrim. I wouldn't mind, going and getting, almost like a 7 Days to Die. You know how you're mining for resources? You mine iron. Maybe you can mine wood and build a lot more from scratch your homes as opposed to it already being prefabbed. Have different designs, almost like your shipbuilding in Starfield, which is the best feature Starfield had. That's my number one want, and the only want I'll probably bring up. I want to be able to honestly build your home a lot more customizable than just a prefab. That would be awesome. Who knows, maybe also if you have a marriage system in it, you can have a child in it. It sounds crazy, but I want a never-ending map. I want an always evolving map, kind of like we're going to get in GTA 6. Maybe not have the kid. Maybe scratch that. Obviously, the adoption that worked in Skyrim, but an always evolving map could be fun. If you chop down trees and a couple of seasons go by, trees are growing again. I don't know. Little things like that. But I'd like to see a deeper building for your home base, your homestead, and I'd like to see an always evolving map. But anyway, guys, that's really all I have. That's all I can share as far as news and rumors. But anyway, if you found this interesting, please give it a like. I sincerely appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to That's Fair Podcasting or Gaming Geeks Live. And if you don't do any of those and you just watch this video, that's what means the most. Thank you so much. And to all you gamers out there, all love, and I'm outro.